Welcome back to Life Mastery Unleashed, where I'm going to help you unlock your full potential by being raw, truthful, and transparent. I'm your host, Ricky Khamis, and today we go into the hardest battlefield you'll ever walk, your own mind. This episode is called The War Within. Every man fights it. Every woman too. It doesn't matter your money, your body, or your job title. Inside, there's a civil war raging between who you are and who you could be. Some people never fight back. They surrender early. They call it balance. They call it peace. But it's really surrender dressed in spiritual language. True peace isn't the absence of struggle. It's victory after the struggle. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." That line should be tattooed on your soul, because until you master the inner domain, the outer world will own you. Let's be real. Most people lose this war before sunrise. They hit snooze. They scroll the feed. They fill their brain with noise before they've even taken command of their own thoughts. That's like opening your gates to the enemy at dawn. When you wake up, the battle begins. Your first thoughts decide who's running the show, your higher self or your weaker self. One wants growth, the other wants comfort. Every day, only one wins. So the first tactical rule is simple: win the morning, not in theory, in practice. Here's the battle plan. Wake up early. Before the world reaches for you, don't check your phone, don't talk, just breathe. Sit with yourself. Listen to what's already going on inside, because the first 20 minutes of your day set the pattern of the war. If you start reactive, you'll stay reactive. If you start intentional, you'll stay in control. David Goggins said, "You are in danger of living a life so comfortable and soft that you will die without ever realizing your true potential." That's what this is about. Discomfort is your ally. Weakness hates discomfort, so if you embrace it, you starve weakness. Cold shower, workout, silence, prayer, journal. Do something in the first hour that hurts a little. That act is your declaration of war. You're telling your lower self, "I run this place now. Now let's get tactical." You can't defeat an enemy you don't understand, so study your patterns. When does laziness creep in? When do excuses show up? What triggers your emotional outbursts? Write them down. Literally track them like enemy movement. Every time you react poorly, record it. Where were you? Who were you with? What did you feel? Because awareness turns chaos into intelligence. Intelligence wins wars. Once you identify the patterns, build countermeasures. If distraction kills your focus, set distraction traps. Put your phone across the room. Use website blockers. Tell your team, during these 2 hours, I'm unreachable. If negative self-talk ambushes you, write counter statements. When your mind says, "I can't handle this," respond, "I've handled worse." When it says, "I'm tired," respond, "Good, that's where growth begins." That's mental jujitsu. You don't deny weakness, you redirect it. Jocko Willink calls this default aggressive. It means you move first. You don't wait for motivation, you attack the mission before hesitation forms. That's how discipline wins over emotion. Because emotion is a traitor. It'll convince you to take a day off when you need to dig in. It'll whisper comfort when you need confrontation. So rule 2, detach from emotion, act on principle. When you feel stress, anger, fear, step back, observe. Don't become the emotion. Watch it like clouds passing by, then decide. Marcus said, "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. And this you have the power to revoke at any moment." That's detachment in one line. He's saying the problem isn't the world, it's your interpretation. Change the story and the suffering changes. Here's a tactical drill. When emotion hits, don't react for 60 seconds. Breathe through your nose, count slowly to 10, 3 times. Ask, what's true here? What's the next right action? Then execute calmly. You'll start to notice control feels better than chaos. Now let's talk about mental armor. Every day the world fires psychological bullets. Negativity, distraction, drama. If you walk into battle without armor, you get shredded. Armor is built from three things: faith, focus, and purpose. Faith, because when you believe God has a plan, you stop panicking. Focus, because when you know your target, you ignore noise. Purpose, because when you know your why, pain becomes fuel. If one of those pieces weakens, you bleed energy. So reinforce them daily. Faith through prayer, focus through planning, purpose through reflection. Here's what my own system looks like. Every night I ask, where did I win today? Where did I lose? What did I learn? Then I write 3 missions for tomorrow, just 3, not 10, 3 that move the needle. When morning comes, those are my marching orders. That's how you live by design instead of default. Let's move deeper. Because the war within isn't just about habits, it's about identity. Most people try to change behavior without changing belief. They say, I'm lazy, but I'm trying to be disciplined. That's impossible. You can't act long-term against who you think you are. You must rebuild identity through action. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, you cast a vote for the man you want to be. Break a promise, you vote for weakness. It's a daily election. So ask yourself, who am I becoming by what I'm doing today? If the answer doesn't inspire you, change the behavior immediately. Now, understand something profound. The enemy inside you is ancient. It's fear of death, fear of rejection, fear of failure, all baked into your biology. You can't delete it, but you can dominate it. The way you dominate fear is through exposure. You lean into the things that scare you until they lose their power. You make fear your training partner. If public speaking scares you, speak more. If hard conversations scare you, initiate them. If physical pain scares you, train harder. Exposure rewires your brain. It tells your nervous system, we've been here before, we're fine. The Greeks called this premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evils. Marcus practiced imagining hardship before it came. He rehearsed adversity, so when life hit, he was ready. Do that. Visualize the worst, then train for it. That's how you become unshakable. Here's another drill, the cold rehearsal. Once a week, take a hard scenario you fear, a loss, a betrayal, a failure, and mentally walk through it. Ask, if this happened, how would I respond as my highest self? See it, feel it, plan it. That rehearsal becomes armor when real storms hit. Now, let's talk about discipline fatigue. You might say, Ricky, I try to stay disciplined, but some days I'm drained. That's normal, you're human. Discipline consumes energy. That's why you must manage energy like a resource. Energy comes from 4 sources: physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. Physical, sleep, nutrition, training. Mental, focus, learning, challenge. Emotional, relationships, gratitude, service. Spiritual, prayer, purpose, alignment. If one runs low, the others pay the price, so guard all 4. You can't outgrind burnout, you out-prepare it. Plan recovery like you plan battle, stretch, read, pray, reflect. That's refueling the tank so you can keep swinging. Now understand this. There's a moment in every day when the voice gets loud. It says, you've done enough. That's the critical point. Because right there is where transformation lives. If you stop, you reinforce weakness. If you push, you rewire strength. That one more rep, one more call, one more page, that's not cliche, it's science. It tells your brain, we are not the same anymore. You become someone new in that moment. Every warrior has a code. Here's mine and you can borrow it. 1, I do not negotiate with weakness. 2, I do not outsource responsibility. 3, I do not speak defeat. 4, I do not seek comfort before completion. 5, I do not break my word to myself. Follow that code and you'll respect yourself. And self-respect is the currency of inner peace. Now let's turn to stillness. Stillness is not laziness, it's clarity. When you sit in silence long enough, you start hearing the truth. The noise of the world fades, and what's left is guidance. Jesus went into the wilderness before his ministry. Marcus wrote his meditations in tents during war. Even Goggins runs in silence for hours. Why? Because the battlefield of thought requires solitude. So schedule silence. 10 minutes minimum. No phone, no music, just you and your creator. Ask, what needs to die in me so something stronger can live? That question will humble you and free you. Now let's talk about ego. Ego is the hidden saboteur. It tells you you're fine when you're slipping. It whispers, you're better than them. That's poison. The moment you think you've arrived, you stop growing. Jocko says, check the ego, stay humble, stay teachable. Humility isn't weakness, it's armor. It keeps you alert, learning, and lethal. So every victory, give thanks. Every loss, learn. Every day, start over. That's the discipline of humility. And here's something people forget. This war doesn't end when you succeed. Success just changes the terrain. New levels bring new temptations, comfort, pride, entitlement. They're deadlier than failure because they feel good. Stay vigilant. The mind loves to relax after a win. That's when decay begins. When things are going great, tighten up your routine. Review your standards. Audit your circle. Complacency kills more warriors than defeat. Let's address relationships in this war. You can't fight alone. Even the toughest warrior needs allies, but choose wisely. Some people feed your fire. Others pour water on it. Goggins said, you will never meet a hater doing better than you. So don't take criticism from cowards. Take counsel from warriors. Surround yourself with people who challenge your comfort, not those who enable it. Iron sharpens iron, but only if both are willing to strike. Now, I want you to visualize your future self, the strongest, calmest, most disciplined version of you. See him. See how he walks. See how he handles chaos. That person already exists inside you. He's waiting for orders. Every act of discipline wakes him up. That's what winning the war within really means. It's not becoming someone new. It's remembering who you were before fear took over. Remember this: God didn't create you for comfort. He created you for conquest. He put a warrior spirit inside you. You're supposed to fight, struggle, grow, protect, lead. That's why life feels wrong when you're lazy, because you're out of alignment with your design. So stop apologizing for being intense. Stop dimming your light to fit weak environments. You were built for battle. Own it. Here's the truth most won't tell you. The mind never stops testing you. The war within is lifelong, but that's good news, because as long as there's war, there's purpose. As long as there's resistance, there's growth. When you stop fighting, you start dying. So fight, not against the world, but against the version of you that settles. Every day you wake up is a new campaign. Every task is a mission. Every thought is a soldier. Every choice is a bullet. Use them wisely. Marcus said, waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. That's the closing order. Stop overthinking. Start becoming. Because once you master the inner world, the outer world falls in line. You won't just survive life, you'll dominate it. Calm, controlled, confident, a philosopher with a warrior's heart, a savage with a soul. That's what this show is about. Not hype, not noise, mastery. And you know what to do. Outgrind, outwork, out-hustle everyone.